Alright guys, welcome back to Bros Before Shows. I forgot what episode we're on. What episode?
We are episode on 5. 5 of The Mandalorian.
Alright, so this is season 3, episode 5 of The Mandalorian. Really, this was a pretty solid episode.
Yes.
I'll let you start it off.
Okay, so it starts off with the little town that they were in. What is it called? Dorian? No, something with a D.
Navarro?
Navarro, yeah. So Navarro, you kind of see them like, he's kind of structuring of what they're going to, I guess, build next. Which I kind of wonder how long it takes them to build a building. You know, especially with robots. It's just build it up real quick. Anyway, they're deciding to do that when all of a sudden the giant pirate ship from episode 1 shows up, which again, they kind of hinted at the first episode. We're going to see now. This guy comes in, and the magistrate, the high magistrate, is like, "Oh, we're part of the Republic," and the pirate called his bluff and said, "No, you're not. You're out here in like the wild, wild west. Nobody's gonna come support you.
Yeah, you're not on a charter."
Yeah, and he said, "Don't call me back unless you're gonna surrender." B.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. And so he's like, he calls that X-wing fighter pilot that has shown up actually in all the seasons. Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, we need your help. These guys are coming. They're going to destroy us." And then we see him. I guess they can't really do anything without authorization, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So he's like, we keep messaging Coruscant to try to get something resolved or something.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything. So let me go in person, and that way they can't say no to me in my face. And so they go over there, and then again everything's starting to tie in. When he's there, we see the girl who basically mind wiped that other guy who had worked with Moff Gideon. She's there and she sees him talking about Navarro, so she kind of puts herself in the conversation, and the guy's like, we need to help them, and then she's like, "Oh, they're not even in the system." She sounds like that girl from Mean Girls. She doesn't even go to this school.
She's a Karen right now.
Yeah. So then the guy's like, "Oh, we can't do anything. I have to take priority for the people who actually like are from our system." Yeah. So then he's kind of left at that. So he goes to the only other person who he thinks he could help, Navarro, which is, of course, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and he goes to their location. And then we kind of see how secretive the Mandalorians are. Like, he's like, "I didn't try to hail you because if I would have called, you guys would have just scattered. So I had to like surprise, show up here as a surprise." Yeah. Which kind of just goes to show how really secretive this one, these guys are. Yeah. Where they don't want anybody to find them. They're just kind of wanting to live by themselves. Again, just like the Amish.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't bother us. We won't bother you, kind of thing. And he's like, these guys need your help. And Din Djarin's like, he's my friend. I know, we fought against him because if you remember in the end of season 1, they fight against like that town, and the High Magistrate was there too. I guess he was kind of being forced to by the Empire at the time. Yeah. So, he tells them, they basically promised me a tract of land. We can go and actually live there as the community. We don't have to run anymore. We don't have to hide. We can actually have a home. And we see like the big soldier guy from, I think he's probably the coolest Mandalorian.
Now like, Bo-Katan saved his son, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna pretend to be an asshole. Yeah. And then he was like, "But we have to do it."
Exactly.
I called it. I was like, "Oh," and that's exactly what happened.
And that's what he did. Yeah. So he was like, and then, I guess everybody agreed to it, and I like how Bo-Katan was like, "Okay, I'm gonna organize you into a small army. Like, even if we have less numbers, we can surprise attack them." Yeah. And that's what they did. They came in, Din Djarin kind of. Was the scapegoat while everybody was taking down the warriors, and it worked really well. They were fighting really well as a team, and I really like that they're a loose group, but they're very organized.
Yeah, and I feel like Bo-Katan's really taken on that leadership role.
Yes.
I really like how it tied up at the end, because you could tell that she's a born leader and ready to do stuff like this.
Yeah, and she definitely took that leadership role here in the battle and helped destroy him. And I really like, so if you saw it, the pirate king was basically trying to, he's like the bully. He's like, "I'm gonna win no matter what." Even when he's getting his ass kicked, he's still like, "No, I'm still gonna win." And they're like, "Pow." Yeah. And then his that one pirate that I hate, he's just because he's annoying. Yeah. He's like, "Sorry, bro, I gotta dip. You're about to lose. I'm out." So he took,
see you later.
Yeah. See you later. And the pirate ship again, like everybody was telling him, we need to leave, and he's like, no, we're still gonna shoot. And of course, the ship got destroyed, luckily. And I guess they accepted the
plot of land.
Yeah, the plot of land. So now they're gonna be living there, which is great for them. I think it's been moving up or processing this since they've left the from season 1 where their home got destroyed.
Yeah,
they've kind of been like, in a sense, floating around.
Yeah, because where they were at right now, everybody's getting taken by animals. There's like big ass crocodiles and dragons and taking the balance and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was crazy. And like going back into the fight scenes, you know, when the Mandalorians were fighting on the ground, where they're boxing and stuff like that. The guy jumped in with a big old Gatling gun.
Yeah,
I thought that was a pretty cool entrance. And then I was telling Vicky, I was like, dude, don't you think this choreography and fight, shooting and everything, doesn't look so much cooler than John Wick's movie 4? He's like, no. Because like we watched John Wick 4 yesterday, and then we watched The Mandalorian, and you see the shooting scenes and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like so cheesy compared to like actual choreography.
Yeah, and it just kind of goes to show like the amount of time they put, especially for movies, to get that like so smooth.
Yeah.
And I watched it as well, and man, some of those scenes I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No wonder he looks tired after every little fight. He's just like, oh man, I'm tired. I'm like, bro, I'm tired just looking at you.
Yeah, I would be too.
So then, they basically now have a home, and it's great for Navarro because that's kind of what he wanted, the High Magistrate, because he was like, I want you to be the sheriff here.
Yeah.
Because we really don't have, I don't want to say they didn't have protection because they have guns, but they didn't have like somebody who would really like take that position. So this is great because, you know, they help each other. They have a home now, and then the Mandalorians can work as a security force for the Outer Rim, which, as we saw, the Republic is still, I guess, kind of setting everything up so they're not able to respond as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes to show, especially like, you know, this is very much a Western style show, just set in space, of course, and you have to think of like, especially with a galaxy so big, the Space Force or whatever Space Force would be very, 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 spread out. Yeah. So there wouldn't be a lot of help if there was an emergency like this.
Yeah.
But you know, the X-wing fighter kind of said something that was very true. He's like, there's something growing on over there, and if we don't do anything, it's gonna, by the time we find out about it, it's gonna be too big to stop.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to the whole Moff Gideon thing, because at the very end we see him flying his ship, looking for Moff Gideon, because they said he had escaped or something had to do with his ship.
Yeah, he never made it to trial.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because they had like a what's it called? Imperial leader.
Yeah.
Moff Gideon. They only sent one little transport ship to to transport him. I was like, of course you're gonna get the wreck. So I thought that was kind of silly, story.
Yes.
The story.
Yes. And so right before that, we see that Bo-Katan is talking to the armorer, and then the armorer's like, take off your helmet. To live, I guess, to grow, we actually have to kind of combine both ways, which I kind of had said earlier. They're going to have to combine both ways.
Yeah.
We have to change our ways as well. So, you're going to go out and grab and find any of the other Mandalorians who are scattered about and bring them here. This is going to be our new home, or we're going to take back Mandalore, which was cool.
Yeah.
So I guess this is going to be like their base before they attack. Not attack Mandalore, but take it back.
I actually thought, for some reason, they were going to trade helmets or something. I thought she was going to be like, here you go, you're now the leader.
She takes off her helmet, it's Morgan Freeman. Oh, I did not expect that, oh my god. But then, that actually also kind of plays to the next scene, wherever, he finds the ship, it's been destroyed, and he's like, he calls in it, and they're like, this is the ship that was transporting Moff Gideon. But, he's like, I don't see a body. And I guess while he's scanning it, he's like, there's Beskar remnants or Beskar on the ship. So that means that a Mandalorian either took him, like rescued him, or took him to kill him.
Yeah.
We don't know right now. But that plays an interesting part because, we see Bo-Katan, she's going to go out looking for Mandalorians.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Mandalorians out there right now.
Yeah. And now we find out that one of them either is helping Moff Gideon or, we're going to find out. That's exciting. So there's actually 3 more chapters left. This was number 5. So we have 3 more episodes left. Yeah.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff. It's finally picking up at a pretty good pace.
Yes.
I felt like the first half was, a little bit slower, but now it's getting pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now we're looking forward to each episode.
That's true. Yeah. And I definitely like how we're seeing now not only the Grogu growing up and expanding his role as a character, but also the whole I guess Mandalorian organization or this group also expanding and having to change and evolve. So that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the last 3 episodes. I feel like the second and last one is always going to be the best one.
Yeah.
Like every single TV show, whatever it is. So
and I'm a huge nerd for Star Wars, and just seeing them fighting like that and the way the ships move. Oh, I miss that so much.
Yeah, the dog fights and stuff like that.
Yes. So being able to see that, especially in like shows like The Mandalorian, is so cool for me.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed this episode. I think right now this is probably my favorite episode just because of the fights and everything. We get to see a lot of that.
Yeah. This one's a solid one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, I guess we have to wait for the season to end.
That's true, but it's a pretty top contender out there. So
yeah.
All right, so definitely let us know what's your favorite part of the scene. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're watching us on any platform, don't forget to keep on re-watching it so we get our streams up.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, there you go. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Cool. Right. I'll stop it there. And then we'll do the